Hello again. Yes, here we go with another You Ask I Answer. After a heartfelt plea for questions on LinkedIn a few weeks back now for my channel, You Ask I Answer channel, I was sent two. And this is the first one from a Gece Wallace S. Reno, I'm not really sure which one, who is a senior lean leader in the Middle East for GE Aviation. Thank you, Gece, for answering my plea. The question asked is, change is now constant. Yes, Heraclitus in 500 BC for saying that, but people still tend to resist or avoid engaging. In your opinion, my opinion, what are the top 3 do's and the top 3 don'ts while approaching this new reality of speedy and constant change? I recently did a video, a couple of videos ago, number 54 I think it was, which answered the question, what's the best solution to overcome challenges in digital transformation, especially at mindset, culture shift level, and change resistance from the people, which is kind of similar, but this latest question does come at it from a slightly different angle. But I may, just for the record, repeat some of the things I have said in previous videos. Remember, the more you repeat things, the more people remember. So let's go, Joe, shall we? This could actually be quite an easy question to answer, because all I really need to do is go with the 3 don'ts and reverse them, and they become the 3 do's. But that would be a bit naughty of me, wouldn't it? It'd be an extremely long video. So they will be different. The 3 do's and 3 don'ts will be different, but what the hell, let's go. The 3 do's. Do 1, keep a focus on the reason you started your change initiative journey in the first place. Now, this might sound pretty damn obvious, but as change initiatives gain momentum and become more frequent and convoluted, the further you get into them, something always inevitably happens that is not predicted at the beginning. As is often the case, that will cause an all hands to the pump situation to solve, thereby potentially impacting your long-term objectives. This then could actually go on to cause further problems down the line, as what you deliver based on a short-term fix to resolve a specific problem may also have a knock-on effect with what you wanted to do in the first place. So it becomes even more of a problem. This actually manifests itself mostly when trying to achieve those business benefits you want to achieve, and your business case then becomes misaligned because you never went back to update it. Did you? You should have done. So that will have happened, and you end up with what might look like failure because it doesn't sort of go by what the business case said, but could actually be success in a way. You never know, do you? Do 2, put people first, followed by process and then technology. One of my favorite strap lines. I used to have it as a banner for my LinkedIn profile, but I've taken it off now. But it is a mantra of mine that I continue to use. People first is so often not the case with those blinkered executives, senior executives, whose only thought is, how can we use this wonderful new sexy technology to help us, rather than thinking, hey, if we use this technology, what impact will there be on our people and our processes? It so often happens that those blinkers are never removed until it's too damn late. And then those same tech-focused individuals suddenly come to the realization that technology is only an enabler, and it is people and processes that will make or break their initiative. It is these same people that see little value in using a change manager right up front to help with the people and process side of change. And when they do, guess what? it's all too little, too late to make an impact, and all the change manager can do is firefight and continues to chase their tail. Do 3. Involve your impacted stakeholders at every opportunity. Involvement, as I call it, some people now call it co-creation, is a word I use a lot when talking about change management, because I believe it's a crucial element of winning over stakeholders. What is the point of building some super duper solution and then just whoosh, foisting it onto people who will have little knowledge of how it works until they're trained, and then suddenly find out, oh, is this what it does for us? This is a classic way to derail your change initiative, right at the point at the end of training when it is too late, because as a result your adoption and usage will go down the pan, because no one will have a clue about context and what to do with it. So what do? What's the answer? Easy. Get them involved. Good word. As soon as possible. Either as change agents, those that can support you, the change manager, with your communications and gain the buy-in from stakeholders, or get stakeholders involved in process and solution design, and they will then gain the necessary knowledge that can be passed on to their colleagues and widen the communication and knowledge net. Whew. So that's the 3 do's. What about the 3 don'ts? Don't 1. Whatever else you do not let your sponsor off the hook in relation to their responsibilities. And I've talked about this in quite a few other videos. They have a crucial, critical job in all phases of change, and some will do it well, but others will take the name and kind of play at it, and others will take the name and just delegate it and do nothing. Yeah. As I've said many times before, sponsorship is the number 1 critical factor to a successful change, so long as sponsors do what they're damn well supposed to do. My view is that it's up to the change manager to keep a sponsor on the straight and narrow and guide, cajole and support them at every stage of the process. But that's not easy, as you are probably dealing with the most senior of managers, and they may not just like being told what to do. My next video will give more detail about sponsorship, and I'll tell you what it is at the end. Don't 2. Do not let the resistors take an early hold. Work on them right from the word go, if you're allowed to start at the beginning of the change initiative, that is, and during, all the way through. You may have already done an organisational readiness exercise, and you will have more than likely identified those stakeholders that will be potential resistors. So it's important that you engage with these straight away and start educating them and creating awareness, so they can't say they have not been informed or involved. But beware, please, don't just single these out as just one group, but make sure that they are amongst a collective of people with varying views, so you are actually providing this to a good cross-section of the stakeholders involved. Of course, if that doesn't work, don't do what John Cotter, change management guru, once said, and just ignore those hardcore resistors. Work with them, even individually if you have to understand their point of view, and try to change them, if you possibly can, into a supporter, because they will then become one of your best assets in terms of support, as they will be seen by others as a resistor turned supporter, and they will likely follow suit. Don't 3, be a one-trick pony and use just one model methodology to manage change. Remember, each change initiative is different and will require different approaches and interventions depending on its focus. There are many change managers out there that swear by the one that they've been trained on, mentioning no names, and then they have a problem deviating from that when it comes to a situation that crops up which is not in the manual, yeah, or I wasn't trained on that. So what do? I don't know what to do. You need knowledge and awareness of other models and methodologies, as there is often something in those, yeah, that you can use that isn't in the one that you've been using or the one that you've been trained in or in the manual. Models and methodologies are enablers, yeah, just like technology. They are enablers. So it is you, the change manager, that has to make them work for you and your stakeholders. My advice, if you want to listen to my advice, it's up to you, is to build a bespoke model or methodology for the specific change initiative and culture that prevails in the organisation that you are working in. Over and out. But just before I go, as I said earlier, my next video will answer the question, how do you get a recalcitrant sponsor to engage? They know what the problem is, they know it needs to be fixed, but they don't seem to want to go. Good one. And don't forget to subscribe, please, and get notified, okay? I'd like to turn some of the 60+% of you that watch my videos into subscribers. Having said that, I have had 12 new subscribers in the last 28 days, so I'm up to 342 now. Woohoo! Will I make 350 by the year end? I don't know. It's up to you. Subscribe and get notified. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you next time.